Stu, I want to talk about Kasey McAteer because what a cross it was for Lee Davis's goal. A big opportunity for him to hopefully now kick on. He's become a bit of a scapegoat this season because of the transfer fee and some performances. I've always felt he's going to be fine. I think a lot of people sort of really just went, no, he's not good enough. But for me, I always felt, no, give him some time. Still a young lad, and a big moment for him, and hopefully he can kick on.
Yeah, huge moment for him. As you say, there's been, I think, plenty of evidence that there's a player there in him. Had some really lively cameos off the bench and could easily have had 3 or 4 assists to his name by this point, had his teammates been more clinical with chances that he's produced. Away from home, he started games and put a lot of work ethic in. Millwall on Boxing Day springs to mind, someone that's really helped with the defensive side of things as well. But with the price tag, the longer he went without having a goal contribution to his name, the more it kind of grows into a bit of a psychological block. And he was one of the first that would get mentioned when it's talking about sort of, well, the recruitment's starting to look a little bit patchy now. And Leicester fans were saying that's a lot of money for him. And so this was a really big moment for him, I think. And you could see it in the sort of the celebration that he had. If you watch back the celebration after Leaf, he sort of arrives late on the scene, and it's a real passionate, guttural roar towards that away end, I think, born out of sheer relief that sort of weight is off his shoulders now. And hopefully he can kick on, because he's been brought in to share some of the attributes that Wes Burns has, that Ipswich this system works best with a quick, direct right winger, and Kasey McAteer can hopefully be that. He came on and made a real difference, as all the subs did in this game.
Yeah, and he seems like another lovely lad as well, AJ. I think he'll put his hand up and say, he's missed some big chances as well this season. But when you see this, it's a massive confidence boost for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've spoken before about how difficult it's been for him adapting to leaving his boyhood club for the first time on a permanent basis, at least, despite the loans. Coming to a team where probably, I know Leicester were probably hopeful of mixing it to get back into the Premier League, but the expectations are much higher, and the expectations of him as well were going to be higher. I think if he was going to stay at Leicester, it was very clear that his minutes were going to be limited behind Abdul Fatawu. But in this one, it became clear with Burns out and Sindra adapting to English football that he would have to play a fair share of minutes, and that's a very difficult environment to come into when he hasn't even, let's be honest, for a 24-year-old, hasn't played loads of minutes and games in his career. To that point, he'd been brought into Ipswich based on the attributes that we've seen from him over a short period of time. And McKenna's very specific in mentioning about not just the pace, but the physical side of things as well, and how he's still growing at his age and there's still more physical development to come from him. So I think that the criticism to an extent is fair. I would have wanted to have seen more from Kasey McAteer. We all would. He would. McKenna would. And probably would have expected some more from him as well. But within that, at the same time, you have to look at what he has done. And I know that's not translated into loads of goals and assists, but a lot of the work that he's been putting in has been good. And the effort, it's not for want of trying, is it, as well? The effort is very clearly there. I'm hoping this can be the start for him. I'm hoping that he can click. Got some real competition on that side, of course, with a couple of other wingers, but I really hope that he can start really pushing them to get some more minutes in this team.